All right, so this is my first time at this Goodwill location in Los Angeles. I'm actually having lunch about 2 blocks from here, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity to check out this store. This is the Goodwill on Crenshaw Boulevard, and I'm not having any luck so far in the shoes, but those Hegos, Hegos flats, they said made in Italy, but a lot of the comps were between $10 to $30. A lot of people have them listed for over $100, but that just doesn't make sense based off of the sold comps. So I'm just browsing the shoes and just going to show you anything that's worthwhile. So I pass on most Donald Pliner, but these were kind of cute boots and perfect for the season. They did have them marked at $15. I decided to just put them in the basket to think about later, but I left those behind. So these heels are by the brand Schutz, Schutz, and it's pretty expensive. I haven't had the best of luck reselling it, so I typically pass unless it's in really great shape, which these weren't, so. So I don't pick up a lot of Stuart Weitzman, but I did like just the classic animal print on these heels. They were also in pretty good shape, but because I know they won't move quickly for me, I just decided it was safer to leave those behind. I saw these Zara flats. I was more intrigued by the style than the brand. I don't pick up a lot of Zara, but yeah, kind of cute. Unfortunately, there was a lot of marker on the bottom, and that's hard to get off, especially if they're a new pair of shoes. So those got left behind. I was pretty excited to see these Earle Joan of Arc boots. They were marked up, but I thought they was perfect for the season. Sadly, they have a couple of small flaws with the snaps. I still think I should be able to sell them for maybe around $60, but probably not worth picking up at that price, even with my coupon discount. I did end up picking up these Rebecca Minkoff boots. They were 50% off plus my coupon discount, and just the right season. Not going to bring in a high dollar, maybe $30, but I still picked them up. I saw this cart that they had just brought out, this random horse and an assortment of things. I didn't end up finding anything on the cart, but I do like checking out the new stuff that they roll out if they allow it. I walked over to the men's shoe section and I spotted these massive Keen hiking shoes that were men's. I think the tag translated to a size 15 for men's. It's a little hard for me to see on the recording, but I think that's what I ended up looking up. Anyways, they were marked up to $25. They were in great shape, so I put them in the cart to look up later, but they weren't worth it in the end. These are a pair of camper shoes. I've had some decent luck with camper, and these had Gore-Tex on the tag, which is a pretty sought after material in kind of outdoor wear stuff. So I actually ended up grabbing those. Here's a pair of cowboy boots, Ariat, and they weren't in the best condition. They had a lot of cracking, plus they were a regular price, so those got left behind. So as I'm trying to deal with this hanger, there's nothing quite like the feeling of seeing a tag where you just have that instant reaction that this is something. These jeans were marked $10. I didn't recognize the brand, so it's new to me. It's Silver Lake. without the vowels in the silver part. Clearly I'm struggling, but I did end up looking up comps, and a lot of them are between $100 to $200, and I actually already sold these for $110 within a couple days of listing. So definitely a great purchase there. So after collecting an assortment of things, I found a quiet spot in the store where I could show you some of the stuff that I was leaving behind. This is a St. John sports jacket. I really liked the classic style with the gold buttons, the waist tie. Sadly, it was just very worn looking. It kind of was faded, it had some pilling, and it was marked at $20 full price. I did have a 15% off coupon off everything, so a slight discount off of that, but I didn't think it was worth it. Here's an Eileen Fisher. This is a linen striped, kind of very lightweight sweater. I really love the color scheme here, but this was marked petite. It's also full price, and although I love picking up Eileen Fisher, I am still fairly selective. So yeah, I left that behind. If it were at the bins, I would have grabbed it for sure. So this was actually a possible top for me. It was a COMMONTAGS Target. I think it was a universal thread. I really liked it. Had a mandarin collar, and it was half buttoned down the front. Obviously it's wrinkled, but I thought it would be cute with a pair of jeans and some ankle boots. I just love these basics, and it had that minimalist style. But it was full price, and I just really struggle paying full price for a Target item because I find so much Target. I know I can find it at Dollar Day, something similar. So I decided to leave that behind. This was a new brand for me. It was 50% off with the red tag, and I did look up this brand, ROHM, kind of a faux leather jacket. Comps are only about $10 to $20, so it definitely wasn't worth picking up at any price for me. I loved this jacket. It was wool. It had lamb leather quilted accents on the top and these just beautiful clasps down the front. This is Sandro Paris, and while it is a pretty expensive brand, the comps are fairly inconsistent. They did have this marked at $20, so even with my discount, it would have been a steep buy. All this pilling all over the jacket concerned me, so I decided to grab it, take it home, see if I could get rid of the pilling. If I couldn't, I would return it. If I could, I would sell it and hope for about $80 to $100. But I couldn't do anything with the pilling. I couldn't get it off. So anyways, really beautiful jacket. I was pretty bummed because I thought it was just a really well-made quality item, but I am glad that I could at least return that to get my money back. This was a really nice top. It had some sort of consignment store tag on it, and they had marked it at $50. I didn't recognize the brand, but it was a linen piece, and I thought, well, if a consignment store is selling it for $50, maybe it's worth something. I looked up comps, and it looks like a lot of the items were selling, around $20 to $30, so definitely not picking it up for full price, in my opinion. I loved the color on this jacket. I recently picked up this designer, Morgan Le Fay. I'm not sure if that's how you say it. This is a mid-length silk jacket. It's lined, it's got the buttons down the front, and it's just a great piece. You can dress it up or dress it down with a pair of jeans and heels. Just a really nice quality piece. I did end up grabbing this. With the discount, it brought it down to about $12 because it was a size large and just perfect for the season. I thought it was worth picking up. I'll probably get somewhere between $60 to $80 is my guess. And yeah, it does run a little bit small, probably best for a size US 8. This blazer is a classic piece by the designer Piazza Sempian. Not sure if that's correct. This was marked $15. It is a fairly expensive brand, and I've heard some people like picking it up to send to the Real. That's not something I personally do, and it just was a little basic. I liked the raw hem edges that it had, but no material tag, no size, and I just thought it was too risky for full price, so I left that behind. So it's time for me to check out. Before I take you to 2 more thrift stores in the area, I did just want to show you the lunch spot. This is why I was in this neighborhood. Earle's is kind of an institution in LA. It's been around for 30 years. It started as a hot dog cart and they evolved to a restaurant. They've done a lot of giving back to the community through the COVID pandemic, and they have this really great outdoor patio area that you can sit and enjoy your food. So lots of meat options, lots of vegan options, and definitely worth the stop if you're nearby. All right, highly recommend Earle's if you are in this area. I love a good hot dog, and there's just something about the way they grill them and the buns and the whole thing, the whole experience. So I'm going to go to one more thrift store in this area. It's about 2 miles away, I believe, and I think it's called Juicy's Thrift Finds. It's a small thrift store, it looks like, and I believe it raises money for foster youth. And so I'm gonna go check it out, see if I can find anything. Hi. So when Juicy's was closed, I looked quickly to see if there was one more thrift store in the area and stumbled across this one called Finders Keepers. I clicked on their website to see if I could learn any information, and what it took me to was an OfferUp page. And actually this chair right here was one of the first things listed, and I thought, oh, interesting, they have it marked for $65. I went and Googled it, and you can buy one new for $65. So I wasn't sure exactly what this store is. I believe they're resellers, and they just allow people to come in person to kind of their storage space. They did have some bags and some clothing, but it was kind of hard to access everything. They had a collection of new and used, so I'm not sure if they're buying pallets or also maybe storage lockers, or I'm not sure where they're getting their product from, but a lot of the prices were pretty high. There wasn't anything that I would pick up even at the bins, but maybe if you were looking for some interesting stuff for your own home or personal shopping. I didn't really understand if it was in any specific order. It just kind of felt a little chaotic for me, and that says a lot since I go to a lot of thrift stores that are not well organized, but they clearly know what they're doing. They have an online business, and it was still interesting to stop by to see their setup. So there were tags on some items, but not all items. This was a Thule bag. I've actually had Thule bike racks on my cars before, and some of that stuff can do pretty well, but I just didn't feel like asking them about prices because every price I did see was pretty high. Here is a BCBG dress that was marked $50, I believe. So again, kind of an assortment of new and pre-owned from what I could see, but these little red tags were all pretty high. I think there was one that was marked for $170 on their red tag. So again, I didn't know what was going on, but probably not worth it for a reseller to stop by. Here's a new Abercrombie jacket that was priced at $50. So again, I probably could have asked them to see if those red tags were the actual prices, but they were on the phone. They seemed pretty busy. There weren't any other shoppers in the store. So I just kind of quickly browsed and then I decided to head out. All right, what an interesting day. I'm gonna call it a day. I am gonna go get the dog in a little bit. I struck out with the last couple stores, but that's totally fine. At least I found a few good things at the first store. So I always love going to new thrift stores. I'm always going to new areas and to new thrift stores, and most of the time I don't even share it here, but I thought I would take you along today. So be sure to hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.